Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn to Code with New. Today I will be going through a small topic of Android activity lifecycle, which is how we can preserve state during lifecycle changes or configuration changes with lifecycle methods. So let's jump right in. Alright, let's jump straight to the code. So what I actually mean by maintaining the state. So here is a quick example. So again, back to my sample app, where I have all the logging of all the lifecycle states. So now the thing about maintaining state is, so for example, right now I have a button which basically like does an increment of the count. So if I just do this, like incrementing of my count, so 1 2 3 4. So now if I rotate this device, my activity will go through configuration changes. If you don't know about configuration changes, I have already made a detailed video about that. So check out the link in the description below. So if I have, so if I rotated this device, it basically goes back to zero, right? And again, if I count it, increase my counter to 6, it again goes back to 0. Let me just do this. All right. Yeah, so it again goes back to 0. So which is kind of not what we want, because the user can, like, there could be a video. So let's say the 0 is a video, right? And the user just said, okay, I just want to see my video in the landscape mode. So what we are saying is, hey, the video should play from the start when the user goes to landscape, which is not what we want, right? So so there are two more lifecycle events which come into play. So those are these two. So on save instance state and on restore instance state. So just shortly I will tell you how you can save the state while the activity is going through life cycle changes. All right, so in this, here over here, like you can see, we have on save instance state and we have on restore instance state. All right, so now what I will do is I will just show you how this on save and on restore instance state are called in the series of the events, like with the other lifecycle events. So where after on created or started or resumed, where these things are called. Okay, so let me just do a quick configuration change. So as you can see, my activity went from created, started, resumed, and then I rotated right at this point, went from paused, stopped. Now you can see after stopped, it calls on save instance state, and after on save instance state, activity is completely destroyed. Then it again goes to created, started due to configuration change, and then it does call on restore instance state and then resumed. So basically, after the activity is stopped, on save instance state is called, and after the activity is again created and started, on restore instance state is called. So the methods over here, they implicitly like just tell you right over here, hey, save the state in on save instance state and then restore the state in on restore instance state. So shortly I will tell you how you can actually do that. But but before moving forward to that, here is one thing uh, which I want to tell you is this bundle. So here the onSave instance state is called, and it supplies a bundle. So bundle is basically an object with a key value pair, and you can put some data in it, and then you can retrieve some data from it. So that's what basically we will be doing. All right, so let's jump into the code. So this is what I did. So on save instance state, I basically saved the value which this text view has, and on restore instance state, I set the value which that text view has. So now I want to like just explain you in more detail is, so what is happening over here is, so this out state is a bundle. So as I told you before, bundle is basically, you can regard that as a map. So map, you put some value with a key, and then you can retrieve that value with that key. So basically over here, this is a map in which I'm saying, hey, just put a string in this key value, in this key counter underscore value, and the value will be whatever the text view has. So in this case, it's this text view. And when the activity will restore, we'll call this on restore state. So what I will do is I'm saying, hey, on restore state, this is the bundle. So this basically means is the activity is restoring the state with this bundle. So if you have saved something in on save instance state, you will get the same values in on restore instance state. But if you haven't saved any value over here, then you won't be able to get that value from on restore instance state bundle. So now in on restore state, I have the bundle. So basically I have the map. Now I'm saying, hey, whatever the value I put or saved over here, just want that value back. So I will get that value with the same key which I entered over here. Now what I will do is, in this, in the value, like counter value, I will basically say, hey, if this value is null or empty, then I don't want to do anything with the text. But if it is not null and empty, then it means there was some value which was saved, and I want to restore that value. So let's see how it looks in action. So I'll just build this app. All right. So now what I will do is I will just press this button 3, 4, right? And now I will rotate it. So basically trigger the configuration changes. So now you can see, even after I'm doing the configuration changes, and you can see like the activity is going through its own life cycles. I can just repeat this thing again. So rotated, activity went through the whole life cycle, pause, stopped, on save instance state, after started, on restore instance state. But you can see the text remains the same. So the state of this text remains the same. So this is a very simple way to maintain the state. Now this code also have some issues in it. So what I mean by that is, so right now I'm saving the state of whatever the value text has, right? But I'm actually not saving the value which is in this counter. So as I have told you before, this whole activity will be destroyed when configuration changes trigger. So basically it will be a whole new activity, right? So this counter value, it will be reset to 0. So even if now I just tap on this, so what the user would like to have is it should show 5, but it will not. It will show 0 because the actual counter value is still 0. So there is other way to fix this issue, which I will tell you shortly. Alright, so the other way to fix this issue is like this. So you can fix the issue in many ways, but this is how I am fixing it right now. So let me just explain this, what I have written. So instead of writing whatever the text value has, I basically saved the value of the counter. So this variable, if you see over here, like right over here, here's the counter variable, and what we are doing over here is we are incrementing the counter variable and we are displaying that in this text view, right, when the button clicks. So what I did is basically when the activity calls on save instance state, I saved the value of the counter which I want to display in the text view. Then I retrieve that value in this counter value. I do a null check or empty thing, and then I write that value or set my text with that value, and I also initialize the counter with whatever the saved value I had. So now if I run this thing, so you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 configuration changes. I hit this button for configuration changes. All looks good. And now if I hit the button again, so it's starting from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is like the complete fix on how we should handle or maintain the state of this thing. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like this video, please don't forget to click on the like button. If you don't like this video, please mention why in the comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. Keep learning.